Hi, Research Methods class. I just want to introduce myself by saying I'm Liv, and I've already recorded this like 10 times, but something happened every time. So behind me is a gray wall, and over here is a lamp. It's my bedroom. This is my sanctuary. I wanted to talk about ethics and observation. So, if it works, which it's not. Oh god. Okay, so what is ethical? In the US, it's kind of known among researchers that if someone's in public, it's kind of already consensual to be watched or observed because they are in a place where they normally would be anyway. So researchers can observe them without written consent as long as they don't, give records or don't give any personal information out. In a lab setting, they need to receive informed consent before recording them, unless there is an undercover camera, in which case, afterwards, they need to be given a debriefing saying that they were watched, they were recorded, and if the person refuses consent after that, they just have to pretend like it never happened. They have to erase the video, never watch it. In Canada and the US, we have, ethical review boards for research saying, like, before you do the research, if it's okay, if you're given the green flag to. In the US, there is still a gray area, but I thought in Canada's it's a little bit more interesting because they said more specifically that there is situations where consent can be waived, although they aren't specified. And then there's more, but for time's sake, I'm not going to say it. Pop culture. So I thought The Truman Show was a really good example for saying observation and, if ethics weren't a problem, would it be okay to do something like that where it wouldn't be? So it started out consensual because he was a baby, and the researchers technically adopted him, so they were watching him, but they put him in a completely controlled environment, and they gave him no say in his life, in the experiment, which was completely unethical. However, it would have been an in-depth view of human emotion and thought processes. The TV show You is about a stalker who watches a lot of women in their natural habitats, natural environments. And in a research standpoint, the public is okay to do it, but he does go into their personal space, but he's not a researcher. Also, he is watching them from a bias standpoint, which I'll get to later. And then lastly, there's Snowden, which I thought represents a really true gray area where the government's kind of always watching us. Mr. FBI man in our computer, listening to our conversations, and at first they didn't even let us know it was happening, but they said it was to protect us from, like, hackers or terrorists or anybody doing bad stuff on the computer, but it leaves those gray areas, which I mentioned in my slide. So observation, or observer bias, happens when the researcher kind of is too in his own mind and his own hypothesis, what he thinks, what he expects, that he paints the participant who he's watching in a wrong light because he's not really looking at what they're doing as truth. He's looking at it as what he wants it to be, which is an ethical dilemma because he's not depicting the participant correctly. In another way, observer effects happens when the participant kind of notices the lens they're being cast in and acts according to that lens. So they're painting themselves in a wrong light, but because the researcher is, recording it down that way, they might still think it's normal, but that could skew results. And so it's only ethical to view a participant in a true, natural, unbiased manner. And then I kind of talked about the gray area with this, where sadly studies where ethics are compromised do show a lot of results, like in Milgram, sadly, or like how Truman would be. There are the gray area laws where they could always be waived, but they haven't been yet, so those potential times where consent doesn't matter haven't happened. They aren't spoken of or have been amended since, like Milgram's experiment, or they haven't thought of any scenarios that they couldn't do it ethically, or that they couldn't just be like, no, we can't do that. The reason why this gray area exists is because reactivity. People react different, they act different when they know they're being watched, which is normal. A participant having informed consent will react differently than one without one, and the result will be less natural if they are given informed consent. To have the clearest results, the ethics would have to be broken, but us as ethical people strive to find that gray area where we can be the most ethical we can be and the most precise. So yeah, thank you.